God's chosen ones don't stay here. God's rescue plan. God's chosen ones, if you are hearing these words, it is not by accident. A bell rings out in the night. Numbers like 777 and 444 appear again and again. These are signs. The appointed day has come, the moment that changes everything is near. Be awake, be listening, because if you hesitate, the chance will slip away. Tonight may decide your destiny. God's chosen ones. Tonight, as the night falls and everything grows so still that you can hear the beating of your own heart, open your soul and realize you have been chosen. The wind moves softly through the leaves like a whisper, calling from the unseen. A strange light pierces the darkness, awakening senses you thought had long fallen asleep. Can you feel the clock ticking down to the moment of change? The dreams that return again and again, the small signs you once ignored. All of them are gathering to remind you you are a vital part of God's rescue plan. In this very moment, every worry, every fear seems to fade. Yet at the same time, a quiet urgency threads through every nerve. God is calling and you must listen. This is not just a message, it is a destined meeting. What you are about to experience will completely transform how you see the world, how you feel yourself, and how you step into the light of new life. Keep your heart open. Every sound, every light, every trembling around you is a sign. This is the moment you recognize your role, a chosen one, the one who will guide, the one who will be protected, the one who will be lifted above every trial. Tonight, if you listen, you will step into a journey never seen before where the deepest secrets of destiny will be revealed. Part 1. The reason to move, God's chosen ones. Listen closely, for the time for waiting is over. The world around you is trembling. The systems you once believed were unshakable are now collapsing before your very eyes. Chaos is seeping into every street, every corner where you once felt safe. Invisible forces, unseen, unfathomable, have begun to manipulate everything. No one can see them, few can understand them, but you can feel them. Do you notice your heart beating faster as the news unfolds, as scenes of disorder spread everywhere? Do you sense that this collapse is not only on the surface, but is also invading the spirit, the soul of those still drifting in unconsciousness? This is not paranoia. This is the voice of God warning you, if you remain still, you will be left behind. But you, chosen one, you are not like the many. You are among the 0.01%, the ones prepared, sheltered, chosen by God. While most are asleep, missing the signs you have been awakened. The strange coincidences, the numbers 777 and 444 appearing in your life, they are not random. All of it has been guiding you to this decisive moment. Listen to the whisper of God within your heart. Run now. Move now. Do not delay. Do not let hesitation or doubt cause you to miss this moment. Every second of delay, every glance back at the past is a second you place your life at risk. Those who stay still will be swept into chaos, into the fire and the rising waves that are coming. Look around you. There are people who still do not see the signs. They drift lulled by the false safety of the old ways. But you, chosen one, step forward, move. Let the light guide you. Let faith lift you above every fear. This is not only a physical movement, it is a spiritual one. It is stepping into the rescue plan that God has prepared for you long ago. Feel this still moment, your heartbeat aligning with the heartbeat of the universe. Every vibration, every sign reminding you the time has come. There is no time left to wait. Run now, move now, and receive the protection, the lifting, the shelter that only the chosen ones are given. Part 2. The images of biblical salvation. God's chosen ones. Imagine a world where everything is trembling, where every city, every house no longer feels steady. In the midst of that ocean of chaos, a piercing light shines through. It is protection. It is God's rescue plan prepared long ago, before you even knew of it. Open the eyes of your spirit and let your imagination lead the way, for this story will help you see how the chosen have always been sheltered. Remember Noah, chosen ones, a man called in an age of sin and destruction. Before the great flood swept across the earth, Noah was warned, instructed to build the ark of salvation. The people around him mocked. They did not see the signs. They remained asleep in their ignorance. But Noah, the one chosen, heard the call, acted, and because of that, he and his family were protected. Picture it, the rain pouring down, the waters rising step by step. But inside the sturdy ark, Noah and the rescued rest in safety, light streaming through every narrow window, every heartbeat in rhythm with God's protection. Now look at Israel, a people once oppressed, once bearing suffering and fear of plagues, disasters, and tyranny. When the time of calamity came, God had already prepared their way out. In Exodus, he led them out of Egypt, through the Red Sea, across dangers unseen by the human eye. Do you see it, chosen ones? In every story of history, there is one pattern: the chosen are always protected, not by luck, not by their own strength, but because they listened. They trusted, they acted under divine direction. Imagine the Red Sea, opening, the waters rising like two walls, holy light shining down as Israel walks through, safely crossing danger. Can you feel it, the sense of peace threading through every nerve, every heartbeat? The knowing that God always makes a way for those he has chosen. This is the image of salvation, not only from the past, but for you today. And we cannot forget Elijah, taken up into heaven, in the whirlwind ascending, leaving the chaos of the world behind. Elijah did not rise on his own. It was protection, direct rescue from God, reserved for those prepared, those ready to step into a higher realm. Picture Elijah being lifted, light surrounding him, every fear dissolving, leaving only safety and the sacred. Chosen ones, that too is waiting for you. Look deeper. All these images are not random stories or distant myths. They are maps guiding you, guiding anyone who hears and recognizes the signs. Noah, Israel, Elijah. Each proves that the rescue plan is no accident. God prepared it long before laying out the path for those he has chosen. You are standing on that map too, at the appointed moment when everything around seems in disarray. But light and protection are still leading the way. Imagine this very moment, you standing in the eye of a spiritual storm, everything swirling around you, yet a pale golden light breaking through the darkness. A bell rings out, gentle but sure, as if to remind you, this is the time to act. This is the sign of salvation. Let this still moment sink deep into your soul. Let your heartbeat feel the calm even as the storm roars. Do you see, chosen ones, that what happened in the past is unfolding again today, but in a way crafted personally for you? As Noah built his ark, you are being prepared to move into safety. As Israel crossed the Red Sea, you are being led through dangers unseen. As Elijah was lifted into heaven, you will be lifted from the chaos, stepping into a dimension only the chosen can reach. And remember, chosen ones, this salvation is not only physical, it is spiritual, it is of the soul, it is the whole new life that God has prepared for you. As you follow the signs, as you listen and act, you will experience a deep peace, no more fear, no more confusion, only the light of protection and divine guidance. Picture every detail, the light piercing the darkness, every step held by invisible protection, the bell ringing like a reminder you are not alone, the numbers appearing in your dreams, in coincidences affirming that this plan is real, already prepared. Everything has a purpose. Every moment you feel fear or lostness is a test to strengthen your faith, to draw you into the arms of salvation. Take a step now, chosen ones. You are moving as the ones in Scripture moved. You are following the signs, placing yourself under God's protection, entering into the rescue plan prepared long before. Your heart beats faster, but let each beat remind you that you are safe, for you have been chosen. Let this image sink into your mind. Noah safe in the ark, Israel walking through the Red Sea, Elijah lifted in the whirlwind, and now it is your turn. God's chosen one. The light is shining, the path is open, and every sign is leading you to the safe place only you can enter. Look at this salvation. Feel the gratitude, the peace, and the unshakable trust. Choose to move, to step forward. For God's plan is always precise, always full of love, always protecting those He has chosen. This is not an empty promise, not a random chance. This is a sacred reality happening now, meant for you. Part 3. The experience of rebirth, ascension, God's chosen ones. Now, as you have recognized the signs, as you have stepped through the storms of chaos, a new journey begins, a journey of ascension, a journey leading you beyond the limits of time, space, and matter. This is the moment when your soul begins to be reborn, passing through a process of purification, preparing for a divine upgrade, the divine DNA upgrade. Picture light shining in every direction, pale golden rays piercing the darkness surrounding you, soothing every fear. Angels stand still, yet their presence is felt in every vibration, every breath. Above your head, a crown of light appears, reminding you that you are chosen, that the path you walk is never alone. Time itself seems to pause, the invisible clock slows, letting you feel each moment as if it were a new life. In this moment, God's chosen ones, every limit of body and spirit begins to dissolve. Fear, anxiety, boundaries, pain, all are released. You feel your body becoming lighter, your mind calmer, and your soul opening to receive the sacred light. Every heartbeat, every breath whispers that you are stepping into a higher dimension, where what once bound you no longer exists. This is not an illusion. This is a supernatural reality where every narrow feeling is transformed. Let yourself be guided through each experience. You may feel solitude, but do not mistake it. This solitude is not abandonment. It is cleansing, a time for your soul to release what no longer serves its divine purpose. Every moment of loneliness, every tear, every sense of loss is a step forward into your rebirth. Let the light lead you. As you move forward, you will see supernatural doors opening, light surrounding you, awakening spiritual senses you never knew you had. You hear a sound, gentle yet powerful, like a distant bell ringing, like God's whisper guiding you step by step through the shadows. Angels flank you on both sides, the light from the crown streaming down, and the invisible clock reminding you that time no longer controls you. You are living in the eternal moment. This ascension does more than change how you feel. It changes your very essence. The limits, fears, and mental patterns that have held you for so long begin to dissolve. You feel joy, peace, and power flowing into every spiritual cell. This is the moment your soul is reborn, upgraded to be ready for the tasks and responsibilities God has prepared. Let this still moment sink deep into your mind. You stand within a supernatural space, alone yet never abandoned. Every second is purification, stripping away the impurities of the soul, preparing you for a new being, a version of yourself, completely pure, ready to step into the light. And you will realize, chosen ones, this does not happen by chance. Every challenge, every step, every tear is part of the rescue plan God has prepared. This is the moment you are lifted, no longer bound by time or space. You are stepping into the realm where fear, doubt, and insecurity dissolve. Along the way, sacred symbols appear before you, radiant golden light angels circling the crown shining and the clock, reminding you that earthly time no longer controls you. Every detail carries meaning, reminding you that you are being prepared, step by step, moment by moment, to become a keeper of the light, one who walks within the rescue plan God established long ago. Can you feel it? Chosen ones, every pain you once carried, every limit that bound you is now dissolving. Every vibration, every light, every breath is part of the process of spiritual rebirth. This is the time you become stronger, more radiant, ready to receive the power only the chosen may hold. Picture this scene: you standing in the center of light, angels surrounding you, the crown shining, the clock suspended in stillness. Solitude is no longer frightening. It is cleansing, the bridge carrying you to complete ascension. God's chosen ones. This is the moment you step into a higher dimension where your soul is upgraded, where your spiritual DNA is rewritten to align with light and eternal protection. Every step you take, every breath, every heartbeat is evidence that you are entering a new reality where every fear, every doubt, every pain of the past dissolves. The light around you is not only physical light, but spiritual light, illuminating every shadow within you. Choose now. Step now. God's chosen ones. This light is leading you to perfect rebirth, where you stand firm, spirit lifted higher, ready for the mission and purpose God has long prepared. And finally, in the stillness, feel the solitude, but understand it is not abandonment. It is purification, the preparation for you to become pure, the one chosen to step into the light and fulfill the rescue plan. Chosen ones, take a deep breath. Open your heart and walk in the light God has shone upon you, for this is your spiritual rebirth, your ascension, your divine DNA upgrade, a sacred leap only you can experience. Part 4. The consequences of not listening. God's chosen ones. Listen very carefully, for this moment is no longer just a simple warning. Spiritual tsunamis are rising, invisible fires are spreading, and every pulse of the universe seems to remind you, those who remain still will be swept away. Picture a wave, a tsunami rising to touch the sky, surging forward, flooding every path, swallowing what was once called safe. Fire burning away every boundary, every stubbornness, every old attachment. These waters and flames are not merely symbols. They are spiritual realities where anyone who does not follow the signs, who does not move according to the rescue plan, will be carried off. Every moment of hesitation, every second you delay, you are testing your own faith. Those who cling to the past, to the illusion of safety, will feel the danger more and more. Those who stay will be overwhelmed. Do you see it? Chosen ones, everything around you, trembling, chaotic sounds, roaring winds, rushing waters, blazing flames, all of it, warning of a simple but undeniable truth. Move before the wave strikes. Look around. The cities, the streets, the places you once thought were safe are now reduced to ruins, to sights the human eye can barely bear. And in this moment, your heart is pounding, your mind is tense, but remember, chosen ones, this is a test of faith. Every second of hesitation, every time you look back, is a step backward, an opening to be swept away with the old world. But you, chosen one, you are not like the many. You have been awakened. You have recognized the signs. A pale golden light pierces the darkness like a hand lifting you, reminding you that only those who act are protected. Angels stand beside you, their eyes shining light streaming from the crown above, emphasizing that salvation is always present, but it is reserved for those who dare to walk, who dare to listen, who dare to believe. Picture this moment, a massive wave rushing toward you, waters surging, flames erupting everywhere, winds howling around your ears, and you stand there, heart pounding, realizing that every second of hesitation tests your faith, that every moment of delay may determine your destiny. This is not a fable, chosen ones. This is the reality you must face, a final test before stepping into the safety God has prepared. Those who hesitate will feel fear spreading confusion, flooding their minds, and even the small signs they once ignored will lose meaning. But you, chosen one, feel the difference. You have been prepared, awakened, and the light of protection is guiding you step by step. Every step you take, every breath you draw, carries you out of the spiritual wave, out of the consuming fire, out of the chaos. Let this still moment sink deep into your mind. You stand amid the raging waters, watching everything collapse around you, yet you feel the quiet peace within your soul, a safety reserved for those who heed the call, those who act in time. This is the moment when every decision becomes life or death. Every hesitation can lead to defeat. Do you see it? Chosen ones, those who remain, those who delay, are swept away by the wave and the fire, panicked with nowhere to lean. But the sacred light is shining down on you, and you know that as long as you keep following the signs, you will pass through everything, lifted above every danger. This is the moment you understand the difference between the chosen and the many. Faith, action, and obedience are what protect you. Look closely, every small detail carries meaning. The bell rings, the invisible clock reminds you of precious time, the light cuts through the darkness to guide your way. Every sign, every vibration around you is a reminder: move now, act now, do not hesitate. God's chosen ones. Do you see? Salvation is not just a promise. It is a reality unfolding, and it belongs only to those who step forward, not looking back, not delaying. Let this moment imprint itself upon your heart. The wild wave, approaching flames rising around you, yet you feel the shelter, the guidance. You feel your faith being tested, but the light still shines, the protecting hand still reaches, and every step you take is directed. This is the moment when life itself is decided, the moment when you must trust completely, without doubt. Step forward, chosen ones. Step through the wave, through the fire, through all chaos, and feel the safety that only the chosen can have. Every step reminds you that only timely action brings salvation, that God always prepares in advance for those who heed His call. And in this still moment, take a deep breath. Feel your heart beating with the light, with the rhythm of the waves, with the rhythm of time. This is the moment you realize that survival rests in your own hands, in obedience, in steadfast faith. Part 5. The Reward and Destiny. God's chosen ones. After all the storms, the tsunamis, the fire and chaos, the final light shines. This is the moment you realize that every test, every fear, every urgent heartbeat has led to a sacred reward God has prepared just for you. Sanctuary, a place of shelter, new creation, rebirth, and alignment with divine will, moving in perfect harmony with God's plan. Feel this moment, radiant golden light surrounding you, angels standing silently but with eyes shining with power, the holy crown upon your head glowing, as if to remind you that you have been chosen. The numbers 777 and 4 appear in your mind, in your dreams, as a powerful signal, a reminder that every step you take is within God's perfect plan. You step through the sacred door, entering a place where fear, doubt, and limitation no longer exist. The space around you seems to pause, time stretches, letting you feel each moment fully in the light, in the protection. This is sanctuary, where your soul is sheltered, where the chosen are nourished by love and direct guidance from God. Let this still moment sink deep into your mind. You realize everything you have endured was never in vain. Every flight from danger, every victory over fear, every moment of hesitation guided by light. All of it has led to a new creation, a completely renewed being where you are no longer bound by the past, where you are reborn in the light and power of God. Chosen ones, can you feel the peace spreading through every spiritual cell, your heartbeat aligning with the pulse of the universe, every breath carrying new life energy? You see the signs clearly: light, piercing the darkness, angels beside you, the crown shining the numbers, 777 and 444 appearing again and again, all affirming one thing: you are chosen. Your path is guided. This is not a material reward or worldly fame. This is a spiritual reward where every human limit is transcended. You feel higher energy, expanded wisdom, a soul at peace and whole. All fear, all past suffering is released. You truly step into a new dimension where everything is led by God's will, where every step you take happens in perfect divine timing, not too early, not too late. Picture this scene: you standing in the center of light, angels surrounding you, the crown radiating power. You feel absolute protection. No chaos can touch you. This is the clearest illustration of safety and ascension, the sanctuary of the chosen, where you are completely at peace, secure and lifted in the eternal love of God. Choose now, chosen ones. Open your heart to receive all of this reward. You are stepping into a new life, a new self, where light angels, the numbers, 707, 444, the crown and divine timing converge to guide you. Every step you take is evidence you are not alone, that God's plan for you is always perfect, and that His protection, guidance, and lifting are real. In this moment, you feel perfect harmony with God's will. Every step, every breath, every heartbeat is aligned with the divine will. All past uncertainty dissolves, giving way to unshakable trust that you are sheltered, guided, and that each step you take has sacred meaning. God's chosen ones, take a deep breath and feel it. Every hardship, every trial, every worry you have endured has been the stepping stone leading you into new light and new power. This is the moment you realize every pain had a purpose, that your reward and your destiny are divine protection, spiritual ascension, and the eternal light of God. Let this still moment soak deep into your mind and heart. You are standing in sanctuary. You are experiencing new creation, and you are completely aligned with divine will. The signs, the light, the angels, the crown, the numbers 777 and 444. All are reminders that you are chosen. Your path is guided. No more fear, no more doubt, only light, peace, and power. And here, chosen ones, is the moment you recognize the value of the entire journey. Everything you have faced, the tsunamis, the fires, the chaos, has brought you here, to the place where your soul is reborn, where you step into a higher dimension, where your reward and your destiny are completely in God's hands, protected, guided, and lifted in eternal light and power. God's chosen ones. As you hear these words, remember you are chosen. You have seen the light, you have passed the tests, and God is guiding every step you take. Let this moment sink into your heart, to feel the sacred connection with Him, peace, power, and complete love. If this message touches your soul, leave an amen in the comments as a signal to the universe that you have heard, that you are ready, and that you walk with the sacred light. Like, subscribe so you don't miss the next message, because tomorrow night the next guidance will open and you will want to keep walking God's path. Chosen ones, don't forget to share this message with another who is chosen, so that God's light and protection may spread, and those who are ready may recognize the signs and act in time. Take a deep breath. Feel your heartbeat. Feel the light. Feel God's guiding hand. This is the moment you are affirmed, strengthened, and reminded that you are chosen. Keep your faith, walk in the light, and know that God's plan is always perfect, always protecting you, always leading you to ascension and absolute safety.